but I think he looks much better on top. That's what she said. Hey everyone, I wanted to talk to you today about the new Lego Gringott set that released on September 1st. I just finished building it. I've got to be honest, I'm a little overwhelmed and don't even know where to start. So as I've shown you guys before, this set is meant to attach to the 75978 Lego set, which is the Harry Potter Diagon Alley. Although you'll notice there's something kind of preventing you from doing that, and that's the fact that right underneath the bank there's this massive vault. Yes, this Lego set is very tall, the tallest Harry Potter Lego set, with the bank sitting on top of the vault, but it's such a cool feature. I honestly thought at first I would hate it, but after building the vaults, I'm in love with it. Now, I actually don't have the Lego Diagon Alley set, but I do have it on the way. To be continued when I show you guys how it's gonna piece together and how I'm gonna display it on my shelf. This Lego set is 4,803 pieces and comes with 4 books. Littered throughout these books as you're building are Easter eggs that come up as you're building this Lego set. So let's dig in. The building structure of the bank itself is definitely the big draw here. I am really surprised at how much I like the vault. Everything about it, from the minecart and the different vaults that you can access, the fact that you can add the gift with purchase from September 1st as an extra vault at the bottom. As you can see, it's massive and you're still going to attach the bank on top of this. I'm in love with it. Like the play feature with the track is just so freaking fun. Let's try it. This is just so amazing. It's just so cool. Right at the top, it'll be basically the entrance into the vaults. You can swing this little lever and push, and it stops right here in front of Vault 687, which, if you remember from the movies, this is Harry Potter's family vault, and it has all of his money. Again, you need to push up your little lever. If you want to stop at the next vault, let the little lever go. Now it stops at Vault 713, which, if you remember, Hagrid said is where the you-know-what is being kept. And in here we see the Sorcerer's Stone. Super cool. Now the last stop, you don't actually see a number. This is Bellatrix's vault. Now if you recall, they were at Bellatrix's vault because the gang had a suspicion that there was a Horcrux in Bellatrix Lestrange's vault. Hermione and Ron take the Polyjuice potion. Hermione is disguised as Bellatrix, and then they go down the vault to attempt to open it. And so if you open the little door here, you'll see Helga Hufflepuff's cup. Except when you touch it, I forget who touches it in the movie. Is it Ron? Anyways, when you touch it, all these little goblets come out, which is the Gemino curse. Duplicates everything you touch. Just one of the coolest little features down here. Also at the bottom of this track, there's these little rattling bells that were used to subdue the Iron Belly. Poor little guy. Turning it over on this side, I remember thinking it was really weird that I was building something that looked like water elements. And then it explained in the book that it's the Thief's Downfall. So if you remember, the carriage stops and then it drops them, and then they get all wet because they fall into the waterfall, and then it like removes all the curses. So then you see that Bellatrix is actually Hermione, you see that Dragomir is actually Ron, and then the goblin that helped them go down there, Logrot or something. Logrot is no longer bewitched and all of their spells are gone. Over here we have a chain and a feeding schedule, and then we see a little skeleton head. So this is where the Iron Belly dragon was hanging out before he took off. Probably the coolest feature involving the dragon is that you can literally clip him onto the top over here. So cool. That's obviously how I'm going to have him displayed, since there's not really a place to display him down here. Although you could if you really wanted to display him down here where his chain is, but I think he looks much better on top. That's what she said. Overall, like I said, this is just such an impressive area, and it wasn't even something that I was that excited about at first, but it's just like the Lego designers really went all out on this one with the inclusion of the vault. Now let's talk about the Gringotts itself. It is stunning. A lot of very awesome techniques to do the siding on the outside. It was just so fun. This set actually has a lot of stickers, but the stickers are actually pretty fun because they all are some kind of Easter egg from the Harry Potter stories. Let's get the elephant in the room out of the way right now. The Gringotts bank sticker. I had to do a little bit of sticker surgery. What I did was, while the stickers were still on the sheet, I cut with the scissors as close as I could to the outline. And then once I stuck it on the bricks, I actually waited until I was done with the entire build because I didn't want to do it in the middle of having just a huge mess of bricks on my desk. I wanted to actually take my time, and I'm really happy with how it came out. So it doesn't look like it says Gringott Taylor Swift Bank. The technique to have these pillars sideways is just so cool. I'm always in awe of how the Lego designers decide to do things like this. Looking over here, we see the roof roof of the Gringott's bank, and we actually get this cool detail of like broken glass, which is supposed to signify when the iron belly tore through the ceiling. You can actually take this piece off easily to see the top floor of Gringott's bank. Up here we have a desk with some ledgers. I really also like that there's like hidden treasure all over the place with like coins or golden bars. There's a treasure chest up here. What does it have? I already forgot. Just a bunch of coins. We know goblins, they like their gold. Now, something that I just found so incredibly stunning to put together was this chandelier. So it hangs right by the entrance door. This little chandelier is just so cool looking. I have a big problem with continually knocking over this main bank teller desk. So let's just get it out of the way right now so we can take a look at some of the details inside. This like half cylinder pillar element is actually a brand new element that they made for this set. So these are not stickers, these are printed and they look so good. I actually also just noticed that there's 2 pieces of broken glass down here from the glass breaking in the ceiling. We have 4 more bank teller desks, which makes a total of 5 bank teller desks, and we do get 5 goblins in this set. Over here on the other side of the outside, we have a pumpkin juice advertisement. There's a few The Boy Who Lives tiles scattered throughout. Wanted, Fenric Greyback, Undesirable #1, Harry Potter. We have the death mark. We have a little frog statue. It's just like so random over here with this door. I'm assuming this is the door that takes you down into the vaults. Actually, when you're in the Universal ride at Universal Studios, you get to walk straight through the bank and then out that way into the vaults. Just really cool that they added that feature to this Lego set. I'm sure you've noticed there's another building from Diagon Alley with this Lego set. I think it's really cool. The Magical Menagerie. It's where you buy your magical creatures. It's where Hermione bought Crookshanks. I'm really sad that there's so many cool details that you'll just never get to see. But at least from the outside, we can see that there's an ad for Gringott's, of course, because they're right next to it. Multiply your fortune with a Junior Wizard savings account. Can I just say I think it's hilarious and probably on purpose that it says multiply your fortune. It's multiply and then there's a goblet on the ad. Out on this barrel, we see some snakes. There's a frog and then this pygmy puff. I'm dying. I love how cute this pygmy puff print is. Over onto the back side, bang brushes this way, advertisement, and there's actually a little bit of an easy way for you to take a peek inside of the Magical Menagerie. Top floor, you see a bat in there and then another The Boy Who Lived Easter egg tile sitting there on the table. On the bottom here, you see dark mark spotted newspaper printings. You can actually take this panel off easily with these slopes and you can take a peek inside of the teeny weeny little Magical Menagerie. I think there's a dragon egg in there. There's a brush and a cash register. There's even a door on the side of this alleyway that you can open. Underneath the Magical Menagerie back here, there's a little chocolate frog and a frog card. Now let's take a look at the Iron Belly Dragon. I haven't actually placed him on the roof yet. I thought it was really sad he has chains all over himself, but these are like attached to his horns. The color of his flame is super cool. Very awesome printing for his face. Really like this cool skeletal coloring and look. Another very cool feature about this Iron Belly is that if you don't want him in flight mode, you can actually bend his wings inward. We can perch him right up here on the bank. Doesn't that look so epic? Okay, now moment of truth. Let's place these 2 on top of each other the way that they are meant to be shown. Oh my god, the Iron Belly's okay. He literally fell off my desk. Ooh, okay, a little bit of a kerfuffle. Okay, that was pretty painless. And oh my god, this just looks so good. Can you guys believe I had not put this together until just now showing you guys? I'm not lying. Just so freaking cool. Okay, so now let's get into the minifigures of it all. First minifigure is this Harry Potter. Harry has a second face that is wet for when he goes down the Thieves' Downfall. The second one is Griphook, and Griphook has the sword of Gryffindor. Griphook, I don't know, both of his faces are kind of angry, but the other one looks a little more conniving. Next up, we have Bellatrix, and she actually has Hermione's purple bag. I think that's a really cool detail. And Bellatrix's other face is Hermione's wet face, and we also get a second hairpiece for this, which is Hermione's hairpiece. The next minifigure we see is this goblin. He also has another face. This here is Dragomir, which we all know is Ron Weasley after drinking Polyjuice Potion. His second face is the wet face after going down the Thieves' Downfall. Interestingly enough, and I do appreciate that they included these 2 figures, we also get a separate younger Harry from the Philosopher's Stone or the Sorcerer's Stone and a Hagrid. So this is meant to be from their first trip down to Gringott's. On to the next minifigs we get, which is 6 more. An unnamed guard. It looks like a male, does not have a second face. We get the goblin Rickbert, and he has a coin. We get another generic unnamed goblin, and he's holding a key. Both Rickbert and generic goblin have a second face. We get a Death Eater, and honestly, this is my first Death Eater minifig, and he looks so good, and there's a second printing on his face as well. Generic guard number 2, this one appears to be female. She does not have a second face. And then we get Bogrod over here with the key. He has the second face where he's all battered up. I'm assuming he is the one that gets bewitched into taking the crew down into the vaults. Of course, the bottom of Gringott's has these holes for Technic pins so that it can attach itself to the rest of Diagon Alley. I really could not sing any more praises for this set. It is incredible for a Lego Harry Potter fan, especially if you already have Diagon Alley. This is a set you need for your collection. Separately, there is an additional vault that you can acquire. It is Lego set 40598, and it is called Gringott's Vault. It comes with a generic goblin, and you can actually combine it and add on to this Lego set with it. I haven't decided if that's what I'm going to do yet, but if you choose not to, you can use it separately as a piggy bank. And speaking of piggy bank, we get these really cool galleons with this Lego set, and they're printed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd really love to hear if this is a set that you're planning on picking up.